Hello everyone watching, thank you for clicking my video. My name is Peter. I produce no BS fitness content, only fact/science based to help educate and entertain everyone watching. Before we get into the video, please like and subscribe if you don't skip legs. Cheers, thank you very much. Today, I'll be demonstrating a full body mobility stretching routine, which will stretch your neck, shoulders, thoracic, hands and wrists, lower back, pelvis and hips, and finally feet and ankles. First stretch I've got for the neck is the neck stretch. Very simple. You're going to place your hand flat on your right hand side and grab your left hand and lift and pull your head to your left just above your ear, and you should feel a nice stretch. And you just want to do that for 30 seconds and switch to the other side. Same for this other side. The reason why I put my left hand down is so I'm not leaning over so much. I can keep my left arm stable and firm, and I don't have to lean over so much and get the same stretch out of it. Our first exercise for shoulder mobility is the overhead arm pull. So you want to get your hand and place it just below your head in the middle of your spine, and then grab your other arm and pull your elbow tight so your head and arm real close together, and you should feel a stretch around your traps and even in your shoulders. It's meant to be a shoulder mobility stretch. You're going to hold that for 30 seconds. And then again the other side, and as it gets further in, you can gradually increase how much you're pulling, get more of a stretch out of it and make the most of it. This one's called the thumbs up and down shoulder mobility stretch. So you want to have your hands out, your palms, and you want to do your thumbs up and down, just like so. Started a heap there. Just for 30 seconds. So I've got my hands or my arms on a 45 now. I'm going to do that for 30 seconds, and then I want to go straight in front of me. Do it for 30 seconds. And you should, like for me, I can feel my shoulders stretching here on the corner, getting a bit loose. I can actually hear it grinding because my right shoulder isn't that good, and that's why I put this in this routine, because it's a really nice one. This exercise is called thread the needle, and this is for your thoracic. So you want to get on your hands and knees and have your hands under your shoulders, and you're going to grab your right arm up and lie it flat, like so. Your head touching the mat. Come back up, tuck it behind your ear, and try and get your elbow as far back as you can. And you want to repeat that for 30 seconds. Okay. Go to the next one, next side, same thing. This exercise is for your wrists and hands, called palms down pulsing. So you want to be like so, on your knees, then have your palms under your shoulders. And what you want to do is you just want to lift the heels of your hands up for 30 seconds, like I'm doing here. Make sure your fingers are spread out to make this most effective. Next one is to rear facing palms down. So you're going to face your palms towards your knees, like so, and keep them close to your knees because it's a bit hard, a bit awkward at first. And then what you want to do is you just want to sit back onto your heels. And you should feel a stretch for your wrists and even your forearms. And try and put your hands as much of the angle as you can. Do it for 30 seconds. This exercise is for your lower back. It's called the falling pose. You want to keep your hands just neutral next to you, and you want to fall forwards onto your head. And then squeeze your shoulder blades on the way up. Just fall forwards and then control it on your way down. And this will be working on your lower back, and you'll be able to feel it, each movement. Then the next one is very similar, but you want to go to your left and right, like so. Fall over my right knee, touch over my right knee, again over my left knee, touch over my left knee, and then you want to do those. You want to do for your back for a minute, and then over your left and right knee for 30 seconds altogether. Next stretch is for your pelvis and hips. I'm actually not sure what this is called, but I did this in football training a lot. It's an awesome stretch. So basically you want to lie back like I am so, and put your right ankle on your left knee and bring it in, and then I'll put my arms one between my legs where there's a little gap, and I'll grab it on my knee and pull my knee towards me, and as you can see I keep my back off the ground too and roll my hips up, and you should feel it in your hips. And then in the last part of the movement, if you want to make it harder for yourself, you grab your left arm and bring your right foot as close as you can, get an extra burn. So we just want to do that for 30 seconds. Switch, do the same thing. One side might be tighter than the other. That's definitely the case for me. My left leg is much tighter than my right. Not too sure why, but that's just how it is. And yeah, I don't know. You just have to stretch it a bit more, I guess. Do this one for 35, it's a bit tighter. I'm going to do the kneeling lunge. You guys most likely be quite familiar with this exercise. So you just want to get in a lunge, and I'm out of the camera, but that's okay, you don't need to see me. It's all in the bottom here. So you want to lunge like I am so, and you really want to try and drive forwards with that hip, and not hold on to anything like I am. Really drive forwards. You want to hold that for 20 seconds. Then make it harder for yourself. You can bring up this leg and grab it, and then not only are you getting a stretch in your hip flexor, you're also getting one in your quad too. You know, hold that for another 30 seconds. Then you want to switch. Very straightforward movement. You have seen it, I don't know, probably online again, use some YouTube videos, or if you played sport in the past, it's very common movement to help open up those hips for running, or whatever sport you've played. Next I've got the famous seated hamstring stretch. Sit like so, very straightforward. Toes up and you'll stretch as far as you can. Yeah, I'm not exactly the most flexible person in the hamstrings, but I've definitely been doing this often and gotten a lot better. And you'll notice throughout the movement, by holding for a minute, you'll get more flexible. As you can see, I'm trying to get as far as I can. I'm able to touch my toes now. I'm trying to get further. The more I go into this movement, the more flexible I'm getting. Next one we want to do is the same as the seated hamstring stretch, but one leg, single hamstring stretch. And to lie down flat, and you want to point your toes up, and try and just literally try and bring it as high as you can, as close as you can to your body, and straight as you can. It has to be straight. Bring as close as you can to your body and just tense your quads to help increase that hamstring being fully extended. You want to bring it back for 30 seconds. Then you move on to the next one. Same goes. Again, my left leg's a bit tighter than my right. You can go a little longer if you wanted to loosen that one up. Next we've got a movement that I like to call knee to floor. Very simple. Put your hands behind you like I've got. Then I've got my feet at I don't know, about shoulder width apart. I want to lift up and I want to drop my knees to the floor like I'm doing so. And you should feel it, your knees getting nice and loose. It's a bit awkward movement, but with your hand holding you up, it's quite easy. You can really feel your knees and even hips in this case get worked and stretched. Feel nice and loose afterwards. So you want to do that for 30 seconds. Okay, this one's called the deep squat rotations, like I'm doing now. Deep squat, I want to sit there and I want to move around a bit. It's a bit hard if my arm's in the way. Just, you can see my ankles, and you just want to move around and rotate. And it'll feel really nice on your ankles. Move from left to right, forwards and backwards. You just want to move around and get that full rotation of your ankles. And it's a really funny but nice burn from doing it. So you want to do that for a minute. Might be a bit sore at first, but gradually it gets much better. Perfect, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed that. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed this content so I can do it more often. It's been a late one for me. I'm up late, but that's what I do for you guys. I can get a video out every week. So please subscribe if you enjoy and you want to see more. Cheers, see you in the next one.